What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona beat Atletico Madrid 1-0 at the Spotify Camp Nou. It was a very, very even match end to end, but Barcelona walk away with the huge advantage, beating a direct rival in the league and also one step closer to the league title. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Kounde, Araujo, Marcos Alonso, and Alejandro Balde, midfield three of Busquets, Jong, and Xavi, and a front three of Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Ferran Torres, with Kessie, Pedri, Ansu Fati, and Eric Garcia coming off the bench to make appearances. The only goal scored in this match was thankfully scored on the Barcelona side, and it was scored by Ferran Torres, who has now scored both of Barcelona's last 2 goals in the whole competition. Again, the goal is fantastic. Beautiful ball from Araujo from the defensive line over the top to find Raphinha on the right hand side. Raphinha takes it down, controls it, puts it in the middle to Ferran Torres. A bit of a counter-attacking phase for Barcelona. Ferran has it. He has Lewandowski to his left, who's making an overlapping run. Goes for goal instead between the legs of Jimenez, bottom right hand corner, beats the all black, and secures Barcelona's 3 crucial points for La Liga. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to be giving it a very solid 7 out of 10. I don't think we played particularly well. I'm more so don't want to give a 6 because I think the team went out there, got the result that we needed, so I give it a 7. But I still think it was an average performance. It wasn't, champagne, Xavi ball in full effect. It was a performance that got the job done, and we were lucky in some senses. Of course, Atletico Madrid on their side weren't that clinical. Ter Stegen pulled some good saves. Araujo put some fantastic blocks. But you look at the attacking phase for Barcelona, we were attacking, creating chances. The amount of chances we missed were ridiculous, from Lewandowski to Xavi to Raphinha. I think every player had a chance at goal, and they all ended up missing it. But again, the most important thing is getting the win. 3 points, clean sheet as well. Ter Stegen now ties the club record 23 clean sheets with 7 games remaining. He can now get the La Liga record as well. The Zamora trophy for him is already secured as well. But I feel like today the team went out there to get the performance, to get the job done. That's what we wanted. That's what we, came into this match for. At home as well, Atletico Madrid were great in the first 15-20 minutes. Barcelona controlled the tempo from the 20th minute until halftime, getting that possession. Second half, Atletico Madrid had a lot of counterattack, but so did Barcelona as well. It was a very, very even matchup. This is one of the more even games that we've seen this season. But again, the result still goes our way. 1-0 victory. Again, another 1-0 victory this season. This time it wasn't Pedri who scored. It was, of course, Ferran Torres. But nonetheless, I think the performance hopefully now will give us a boost for the remainder of the season. We saw Ferran Torres after that goal taking more shots outside the box, looked more, courageous, want to take more risks, and that's what we need to see. And again, hopefully with the players coming back like Jong, Pedri today, hopefully Christensen and then Boost next week, that will give us the push to, go out there and get the remaining points that we need. We need now 14 points to clinch the league, which is what, 3, 6, 9, 12, about 5 more wins. 5 wins out of 7, so that's what we need to win this league title, pending, of course, Madrid dropping points as we progress. But overall, I'm very satisfied with the result. I think the performance wasn't the best. I think in the first leg we played at the 1-1-0, I think that performance was way better despite the result being the exact same and kind of the same circumstances as well. The goal before halftime as well, I think absolutely killed Atletico Madrid. That killed their morale and their confidence at the beginning of the second half, but once they saw they were getting opportunities, they got back into it. I wish Barcelona could have done that this season, but I'm very, very happy with the result. I think the boys went out there, put in a shift. They knew they had to get the win here, dropping points, of course, against Getafe and Girona. They knew they had to go out there and get the win, because if you don't win this match, the league goes down to 9 and you lose that double-digit league. And we're now at a point where we can't drop points. We've already been comfortable where we can lose some points. We did that, of course, against Girona and Getafe, and now we can't do that anymore. So overall, great result, decent performance, got the job done, and hopefully this will give us a boost to continue on to clinch this league title. So overall tonight, the team performance, I will be giving it a 7 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. So let's off goes to the goalkeeper, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who for me tonight gets a 9 out of 10. Honestly, those saves he made were absolutely crucial. The one, the Griezmann in the first half, and then the Griezmann chance in the second half as well. Just those 2 saves alone for me, he gets a 9. I think I probably would have given him a 7. His distribution was okay. He still didn't He wasn't really as clinical with his long balls today as he usually is. A lot of them went out for throw-ins and goal kicks, but I think those 2 saves were crucial. Any of those goals go in, we draw this game, especially that back heel in the second half from Griezmann. That was around the 80th minute. Atletico could have gone on and, maybe got the winner, but in Barcelona, we know that if they scored, we were toasted. I even tweeted when the game started, if Atletico Madrid score first, we're toasted, and that wasn't the case due to Ter Stegen's heroics in between the sticks. So overall, Ter Stegen for me, best goalkeeper in the world without a shadow of a doubt, and he gets a 9 out of 10 from me. Now, center back partnership, of course, in front of him. Firstly, on the right hand side, it was Ronald Araujo. I will give Araujo tonight an 8 out of 10. Again, he's just I think Araujo is the only player in the squad that I wouldn't sell under any means necessary. One of the few players, I should say. This man is elite on every single level. He was an absolute rock at the back. Of course, get the long ball for the goal. I think his defensive aspect of the game today was absolutely superb. I think his passing was a bit off, apart from that long ball for the goal. That a lot of them that were 2 over. Some of them went out for throw-ins as well. But I think the defensive aspect, superb. The amount of blocks he had in that second half was ridiculous as well. The Carrasco chance, the Lamar chance, I think the Savage chance near the end of the game as well. He was absolutely everywhere, and I think without him, we would have been toasted. Honestly, if we had a partnership of Alonso Garcia or Kounde, then someone else at right back, we would have been toasted without Araujo today. He was that important, that crucial, and for me tonight, he gets a very, very solid 8 out of 10. But center back partner on the left-hand side was, of course, Marcos Alonso. I will give Alonso tonight a 6 out of 10. He was average. I mean, build-up play was fine from him. His passing at the back was okay as well. Just on the counter-attack, he gets spun for pace consistently. We saw it, of course, in the 4-0 loss to Madrid. He got spun by Rodrigo twice. They created 2 goals, and today we saw that again. He actually finally learned from his mistake, took him out, got the yellow card this time, but he's not a center back. I'm praying. Let's all do a prayer right now. Please, God, let Inter Milan come in and bid like $1 million for Alonso, please. Because Alonso's open to the move. That's the issue. Alonso's like, you know what? They want me to leave. I'll leave. I don't care. I'm happy to stay here as a 6th choice center back. But my God, is he just not good enough? I think in a game where you are dominating and like you need someone just to put a shift in, I guess he's okay. I mean, his best game this season was against Madrid away, the 1-0 victory. Defended very, very well, but again, that's because we were on the back front. There was no opportunities to do counterattacks from Madrid because we were defending the whole entire time. When we have an open game, whether it's United, Madrid, if he played Man City, he is just not good enough, and he's also so slow as well. So overall, Alonso, I mean, he was alright, but got turned for pace so many times today and just showed that he's not at the level that we need at Barcelona. So overall, for Alonso tonight, I will be giving him, though, a 6 out of 10. Into the fullbacks now. Firstly, Jules Kounde in the right back position. Honestly, it was a stinker from him. I will be giving him an average 6 out of 10. I think in that first half, he was absolutely dreadful. Could not pass the ball. He was getting pressed. He couldn't control. Couldn't get out of space. All over the place. Second half, though, much better. I think more so in the defensive aspect of the game as well. 75th minute, last 15-20 minutes, he had to deal with Carrasco. Fair enough to him. He got spun quite a few times, but also dealt with him as well. He had Lamar going down that side. Reguilon, Antoine Griezmann. He had to deal with a lot, so I'm not going to go too in on him, but I think in that first half, dropped the stinker. Second half was a redemption. I think Kounde, the issue for him is that he's not a right back. He can do a job there, but he's not what we need long term. And I think, you know what, as a defender, he's elite, and that's what he should be defending as center back, because at right back, in the system that we play, we demand more. We want you to go forward, cut inside, create space, create chances. And Kounde can do that maybe once in a while, but cannot do that on a consistent basis. So overall for Jules today, he was alright. Had some down moments, had some decent moments. I will give him an average 6 out of 10. Alongside the left back, Alejandro Balde, I will also be giving him a 6 out of 10 as well. Got forward, of course, more than Kounde. I think his attacking phase play was very, very good. He had a few moments where I think he dropped, was it Barrios or someone where, you know, I think his runs in behind are good. Crossing today wasn't that great. I mean, you do a 1-2 with Xavi or Pedri, and then he would cross it right back into them when the Atletico Madrid players already pressed them, so they're still already there. I think his crossing today, his out ball in the final third wasn't that great. Defending wise, he was alright. I don't think he caused any glaring mistakes, but he wasn't perfect. I mean, there were some moments where the pole got the better of him, or whether it's Antoine Griezmann or Angel Correa. He wasn't the perfect defender or the perfect attacker. He did just put in a shift today, really. So I will give Balde tonight a 6 out of 10. Into the midfield now. Firstly, El Capitano, Sergio Busquets. I'm going to give him an average 6 out of 10, but it was, you could say a 5.5 out of 10. I think Busquets wasn't that great, especially in the first half. He got pressed with that Antoine Griezmann chance in the first minute when he hit the bar. He picked up a yellow card. Now he's going to be suspended midweek for Rayo Vallecano, so you won't see him again until Betis next weekend. Busquets again, we keep saying this, but in the high intensity games, he's just not at the level. Yes, he can do it once in a while against Madrid and Saudi Arabia, against, I think there's another game where he played well, against Betis away at the Benito Villamarin, but it's not consistent from Busquets. Alonso cannot do it at all. He does it maybe once, that's it. Busquets does it a few times, but it's just a consistency that's just not good enough. I get it, he understands the system, he plays that role to perfection, but he hasn't been playing it to perfection recently. I think in this match, he got caught out a lot. He got pressed. He was targeted by Atletico Madrid. We saw DePaul and Lamar really pressed him a lot in this game. I think he, in the second half, once Atletico Madrid were going for the game, he grew into the game a bit more, and he controlled the tempo, got some good through balls in, made some good turns, but it wasn't the best performance from Busquets for me. I think that second half really saved him from getting a lower rating than a 6. So hopefully he can learn from it. He's going to have a week off now. Hope he comes back better. Over Busquets, it was probably, you could say, overall an average performance. So I will give him a 6 out of 10. Next up on the left-hand side of the midfield, it was, of course, Pablo Gavi. And for me, Gavi will be getting a 6 out of 10 tonight as well. Typical performance. He did miss that chance, of course, from the corner kick in the second half that he should be finishing. He pressed very well in the game. He had a lot of intensity, as per usual. I think in the defensive aspect of the game, he was great. I think on the ball going forward, there was room for improvement. I think Xavi putting him on the left wasn't the greatest decision. I think that was just Xavi being a bit conservative. That Gavi would defend very well. But I think going forward was where Gavi lacked. A lot of his passes in the final third weren't really connecting, especially with Lewandowski. But I think that his defensive aspects of the game made up for that. So it's typical average performance, I think, from Gavi. I will be giving him a 6 out of 10. But last, and not the least, in the midfield, of course, is my man of the match, and it is Frenkie de Jong, who for me gets a 9 out of 10. You never know how good something is until it's gone. We've missed Frenkie for about a month now. He's come back. How elite is this man? He was magical, picking up the ball from deep, making those runs in behind, the intensity that he had, the creativity, the way he glides in the midfield as well. It's just absolutely world class. This man is one of the best midfielders in the world. Without him, we would have lost this game. I think with Araujo, it's a different scenario. I think take out Frenkie, a draw is happening, but he's just so good. Every single part of the game today, he played it for perfection, and right after coming back from an injury as well. It's just with him, there's a different aura in the midfield. It's just he brings that energy, he brings that tenacity, he brings that creativity, he brings that drive that we miss in the midfield, where he picks up the ball in the middle, goes back with one or two players, pings it wide to Balde, pings it wide to Raphinha. Just elite from Frenkie de Jong. World class for me, and he gets my man of the match at a 9 out of 10. Into the forwards now. Firstly, Robert Lewandowski at striker. For me, gets a 5 out of 10. I mean, if we lost this game or drew this game, I would have blamed it all on Lewandowski. Keeps missing chance after chance after chance. That one where it was 1v1 with all black, where he could have just passed it to Raphinha for the tap-in. What is wrong with this man? Even in the first half, he had a beautiful move. I think, again, it's just his build-up play and, connecting with the wingers and creating the space is all fine. But when it comes down to the killer instinct, what we paid $40 million for, he just hasn't been at the races recently. I have no idea what's going on. Is he lacking confidence as well? It's dreadful. I mean, the chances that he missed were criminal. For his level. Criminal. Could have had a hat-trick today. Should have had a hat-trick today. I think he should have, actually, I'll lie. Should have had a brace. Could have had a hat-trick or a super hat-trick. It was that poor. He needs to finish these chances, because you go 1-0. What happens if Morata scores a goal in the 90th minute? What happens if that penalty on Busquets is given? Then they score 1-1. I'm coming back to him. You cannot be missing these chances in big moments. The header in the second half as well that he should have buried. The tap-in as well that he missed. And more importantly, that one way, the 1v1 with all black, and you have Raphinha to your right. Tight space, all black's come out and charged you. put it to the side. Raphinha taps it in. 2-0, 70th minute, game is done. Tries to bend it around All Black, and not even bends it. Bends it wide beyond belief. You put it in the back of the net, fair enough, that's just sheer quality, but when you're in a moment when you know you don't have confidence, give it to someone who's, you know, if you pass to Raphinha, 100% he scores. 100%. You in that moment, you're about 50-50. He needs to wake up, man. The finishing from him in the final third, just in general, really has been dreadful. Bill of play did what he had to do. It was okay. So overall for me, Lewandowski gets a 5 out of 10 for me, and he needs to wake up. Next up was on the left, of course, Ferran Torres, and for me, Ferran will be getting a 7 out of 10. I think he had an okay game. I probably would have given him a 6 for his performance, 7 for the goal. I think before the goal, he was a bit lackluster. He was getting in behind. When he missed an opportunity, he'd fall to the ground, hold his head. Oh no, oh no. Decision making wasn't that great. Got the goal before halftime, boosted his confidence. I think in the second half he took that on. He had that shot, that All Black save, the pass from Raphinha just outside the box. That's all confidence there. Because if he doesn't score in the first half, he ain't taking that shot. He'll take a touch, probably spray it wide to handle the ball and put it in the cross. Let's be honest. So I think that hopefully this goal will give him a good confidence boost. I don't think his performance was outstanding or great. I think it was alright, and then of course got the goal, so I will give Ferran a 7 out of 10. And last but not least, of course, the best attacker for Barcelona, it was of course Raphinha, and for me he'll be getting an 8 out of 10. Couldn't finish the game, did play 90 minutes though. I think, you know what, played well, gotten behind a lot. His dribbling today was good. That's what we want from a winger. Take it on. I think he completed like 7 out of 8 dribbles, created chances. He didn't really have too many shots. I think he had a long range shot in the second half, and maybe one of the first. He didn't really, you know, have a shot in this game. He was more so creating. Of course, got the assist. Great control from the Araujo long ball. Sprays it to Ferran in a good space, right to him as well. Could have had an assist if Xavi scored, if Lewandowski scored as well. He did miss that chance, the tap in from the Lewandowski cross that hit his knee. They couldn't get that into the back of the net. I think, you know what, it's a strong performance from him. It does, you know, after the 2 back-to-back poor performances from him, he does now have that redemption, so to speak, so hopefully he can take this on as well and spur on some more performances. But Raphinha, 100% was the best attacker today. He got man of the match from La Liga, not from me though, but he gets an 8 out of 10. Now for the substitutions, the subs were Kessie, Pedri, Eric Garcia, and Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati came on for about a minute and a half. I don't even think he touched the ball. Not gonna rank him. Kessie came in, you know, ran around a bit. I think he had one misplaced pass. Can't really rate him. Pedri came in, so good to have him back. Again, like Frenkie de Jong, just has that aura. He was gliding, he was doing well. Just, you know, getting some minutes for the first time. I don't think he was outstandingly magical, but I think, you know, he got in behind quite a bit, created some chances. I think he had a shot, I believe, or maybe, yes, he had the tap in that he missed, the cut back from Xavi, so I think he was okay. Eric Garcia was fucking shocking. Couldn't even pass the ball, misplacing passes, misjudging the balls over the top. Thank God we didn't concede, because if we conceded, Garcia will be getting pelters. Absolutely shocking. Probably a 4 out of 10 for me. Give Pedri a 6. Kessie probably a 5. Then outside him, I'm gonna rate him because he came on for like a minute and a half. So overall, the subs, you know, did what they had to do, except for Eric Garcia was shocking. But again, Xavi only using 4 out of 5 substitutions, but they all came in and had somewhat of an impact. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Xavi Hernandez, who gets a 7 out of 10 for me. Very similar to the team performance rating, you know, probably you could say a 6, but getting the result, 1-0, clean sheet. He used 4 out of 5 subs, that's more than his average 3, but didn't use 5. To be fair, I wouldn't have brought on Lamine Yamal or Atletico. Maybe could have brought on Pablo Torre, give him a few minutes, but apart from that, I think Xavi did, you know, everything right, picked a good lineup. Changed Alonso when he was, you know, on a yellow card, not doing well. Eric Garcia coming in, not playing well. Is not really down to Xavi. I think he brought Pedri on well in the hour mark. He brought on Ansu Fati. I wish he brought Ansu Fati on a bit later. I mean, what's the point of bringing him on in the 91st minute to run around for like 2 minutes? Could at least let Raphinha finish the game. I probably would have taken off Lewandowski in that sense, because, you know what, we're just trying to get some numbers, get some running around, you know, save Lewandowski in case he gets injured as well. And I think, again, taking off Raphinha, not letting him finish the game is a bit annoying from his perspective, and I understand that. But I think, you know, from Xavi, no real complaints. You know, got the result, had the good performance, picked the right team. no real complaints. Mainly for him is just getting those 3 big points, and I'm glad that he did that. So overall for Xavi tonight, he'll be getting a 7 out of 10 from me. So that was a match review for Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to first see, of course, is your thoughts on the performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and for
Yeah.